Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for December 2017. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And I'd like to apologize for being tardy and getting my videos uploaded. So I've kept you waiting long enough. Let's get to it. Okay, for our first card, we have the Ten of Wands. So, this is about very heavy burdens, okay? This is a physically, mentally oppressive burden or burdens. Sometimes this can indicate that you have too many burdensome responsibilities. You might be trying to help a family member or a friend, but when we have the Ten of Wands, we really need to keep the focus on our own priorities. Sometimes this is like having just too many irons in the fire at once. This is too much for one person to even try to carry, and even if you carry it for a little while, you're gonna buckle under the pressure. That's just too much. So I feel that a lot of you guys are just overcome with a lot of responsibility right now, and it feels pretty burdensome. Okay, for our second card, this would be your circumstances. And we have the Two of Swords in the reverse position, which is our Moon and Libra card. So, a decision has to be made, or for some of you, maybe the decision has already been made. And some of you may be stuck with indecisiveness. You just feel like you don't have enough facts, details to make the appropriate decision. So definitely analyze, do your research, whatever you feel you have to do in order to make the decision that's best for you. Please go that route, whatever you feel is best for you. And I'd also like to say you definitely don't want to make any commitments until you are absolutely sure that this is the way you want to go. And you do need to still be careful, because there are still obstacles that you could encounter, and there's a need for discretion here. You need to be careful with who you share your information with, as this could backfire on us. So please do be careful of that. Okay, here we have the Nine of Coins in the reverse position, and this is the focus card. So I call this the self-employment card, but overall this is a card of self-sufficiency and independence. But here we have it in the reverse position. So there's definitely a need to reevaluate your situation. You may feel like you're stuck in a difficult situation here. You may feel like a failure, or like you have failed at something. Maybe you feel like you've wasted your time, your work, maybe even wasted your money. You really need to be careful of overextending yourself financially, because you just may need these coins for yourself. And you definitely need to trust your own truth. Trust your gut, okay? This is very important. And you also should try to remain flexible and open to new opportunities. And you should be confident. You have great communication and leadership skills. So do try to be confident and flexible, and keep your eye open for those keep your eye open for those opportunities that could be coming your way. Now, sometimes for a few of you, you might feel like your personal security is threatened in some way. And for a few of you, don't shoot the messenger, but for a few of the stuttering as I'm trying to get it out. For a few of you, this can indicate that maybe you might be a little lazy. Yeah, so don't shoot the messenger. I just read the cards. I'm not saying all of you are, okay? Okay, here we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse position. Now, this is the card of our recent past, but this can also be a passing energy. So for some of you, you could still be experiencing this energy, but it's moving away. Now, with the Eight of Wands in the reverse position, you know, there's definitely some delays in achieving a creative or a business idea or goal. You could experience feelings of jealousy in regards to someone that you either have or would like to become involved with, you know, on the romantic level. So definitely do keep that in mind. You need to control your emotions, because emotions can get a little bit away from you here. So you have to be careful there. You may also feel apprehension, which would be completely normal for this position. And this apprehension can lead to insecurity feelings. And then those insecurity feelings can then cause you to procrastinate. You need to act swiftly. Communicate clearly and directly. You don't want to push any type of situations. Conflicts can come up here and they won't solve anything. Overall, it's a time to just reevaluate, because a slight adjustment could change everything. But I'd also like to caution that you don't want to try to move too fast. If you try to push too much and make something happen too quickly, well, it can just backfire. Now, granted, this is a passing energy or what is already in the past, so, you know, you may not be able to do too much of anything about it now. If you're still in the energy, you could potentially change it. But for some of you, this is already past, and, you know, we're just kind of mulling over spilled milk. So, but for those of you who are still experiencing that energy, definitely don't ignore the advice. If you can try to prevent it, do it if you can. Okay, this card position is about our present, the here and the now. So the present. Here we have the moon in the reverse position. This can indicate deception. This can also be illusions. You definitely don't want to take any risks right now. Emotional instability can really come up in a big way when the moon is reversed. You know, and your emotions can really be clouding your normally clear vision. And misunderstandings are a biggie as well. You know, a lot of misunderstandings can happen. But you don't want to waste your energy on conflicts. It's just simply not worth it. So, I should also mention that fear. Fear can really play into this card here. And you don't want to let fear control you. You know, when we let our fears get the better of us, sometimes we can create a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, and fear can really paralyze us as well. It just keeps us stuck in one spot with our wheels spinning, but we're just not going anywhere. And that doesn't serve any good purpose for us. And, you know, should conflicts be going on in your life right now, just try your best to rein your emotions in, so to speak, and use your good logic, reasoning abilities. Weigh the pros and cons. Try to see the other person's side as well, because this could help to clear the air and calm the tension with conflicts and disagreements down. Okay, here we have the card of the near future. So this could be about a week or two out. Some of you may already be experiencing this energy. This is the Three of Coins in the reverse position. Now, this can indicate that you're not putting enough real effort into work, a project, or even studies. There could be a lack of motivation here. There could be a lack of commitment, maybe a lack of belief in what you're doing. And so you really need to question yourself, is this what I really want? Is this what will really make me happy? And also, do you fear that your plans will fail? Do you fear losing everything that you've worked hard for? Maybe you've just simply taken too much on. And sometimes a lack of cooperation in a team, that can really come up here. And sometimes this can indicate that maybe you may not be qualified or skilled for a certain position. Not that you couldn't learn it, but this card could be saying that, you know, you may be trying to do something that you don't have a wide range of skills or expertise in. So, you know, maybe you're trying to go after something new, but you could get these skills. If this is something you truly desire with your heart and you have passion for it and you want to do it, then nothing's impossible. You just may need to, you know, take some classes, or maybe even, you know, enroll in a college, get the skills that you need so that you can do this. And sometimes this can also indicate that maybe you're just not applying yourself. And this can also indicate like shoddy type workmanship, where you're just not doing as good as you could be doing. Like some of you may have these skills, but you just haven't been doing near as good as you could. And then you would have to question yourself, why is this? Are you not happy? Do you feel a lack of motivation? Is this not fulfilling for you? You must be honest with yourself. You must go with your gut, Libras. Okay, this card position would be your attitude. And here we have the Five of Coins in the reverse position. So the Five of Coins, you know, you are healing from a loss and you've accepted the loss. And this is a reversal of bad luck. So a lot of times a new job or opportunity is presented to you. And overall, your hope has returned. So you're starting to feel better. Okay, this is how other people see you. Here we have the Six of Wands in the reverse position. So this would indicate delays and obstacles in attaining a victory. It is still possible to achieve victory, but you need to adjust your thoughts. And you don't want to allow fears to control you or your actions. If you're getting stuck in a fear type of trap, a mental fear trap, you can create a self-fulfilling prophecy here again. So you must be very careful. Thoughts are things. And if we think something all the time, or if we're constantly thinking negative, we can attract the very things that we don't want through thinking negative thoughts. And that's why I say you can adjust your thoughts and you can actually be able to obtain the victory you seek. But you really must change your thought patterns. We don't want to be thinking negatively like, this will never happen, I can't do this. If you constantly think negative, negative is what you will get. Every thought has an energy. Okay, here we have our hopes and fears position. And this is the Six of Coins. So with the Six of Coins, this is generosity. This is receiving help from someone. And most of the time, this is financial help. Sometimes it's a financial reward as well. So yeah, amen. That's definitely a hope. Okay, for our final outcome card, we have the Strength card in the reverse position. Now, with the Strength card in the reversed position, fear is in control. Fear has the upper hand. See, when it's in the upright position, this woman is in charge. She is in charge of her fear. But when we reverse the card, fear has the upper hand over the woman now. And I'd also like to mention, sometimes this can indicate that you have been ill. So this is not for all of you, okay? But for some of you, this will resonate. Some of you may have been ill recently, or some of you are potentially ill right now or will be soon. So, yeah, don't take that 100% as you absolutely will be, but for the right people, this will resonate, okay? Now, another point I would like to make is that when the card is in the upright position, she doesn't have to use force to make her point. She can make her point through unconditional love. But when we reverse the card, maybe you're being too forceful and trying to prove a point to someone. It could be trying to prove a point to yourself. It could be trying to prove a point to someone else. But overall, fear has the upper hand here. You cannot let fear control you. As I said earlier, fear will keep you stuck in the same spot, literally spinning your wheels. And that is just not going to help you guys, Libra. You've really got to take control of your thoughts. And I know that this is easier said than done, but it is so necessary because I'm feeling a tremendous amount of fear. And I normally don't feel like this. So I know that a lot of you guys are feeling this way, and I know this is going to resonate with a lot of you. Okay, for the bottom card, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse position. So when the Three of Cups is in reverse, sometimes our celebration, our partying has gotten a bit out of control. Maybe we're drinking too much. Overindulgence is a huge part with the Three of Cups reversed. So, you know, this could be alcohol. This could be prescription medications, recreational type medication or drugs. This could even be, you know, gambling or anything that you would use as a form of escapism. Because a lot of times we're just trying to escape from the feeling, and this is why a lot of people will sometimes develop a drinking problem, because they are trying to numb the feelings, but it just gives you temporary relief because the problems are still there after the alcohol or whatever chemical it may be wears off. The problem is still there. And if anything, the problem just gets bigger the more that we avoid it. So we want to try to face the problem head on and with a clear head. Now, something I would like to mention is maybe some of you happen to end up being at a celebration, which is quite possible. We have holidays coming up. And some of you could potentially overindulge, and maybe you could say something which could be considered gossiping, and then this could make it back to someone else that you were actually gossiping about, and so this can cause some problems. So moderation, okay? Things are okay in moderation. Well, I guess I should say that, you know, a little bit of wine here and there in moderation is okay. I don't really want to advocate, you know, recreational drug use of any kind, so. But to each his own, you know, I just want you guys to be careful. You know, because if you're not thinking with a clear head, then you're not necessarily going to make the best decisions. And that goes for everyone. If we're not thinking clear, bad decisions will happen. And hey, don't feel bad. There are people that don't need alcohol to make bad decisions all over the world. It happens. Okay, wow. Oh, holy moly. Alright, we got a double dose of gossip here, you guys. We'll get to it. Okay, we clarify our first card, which was the Ten of Wands. The heavy burdens and way too many responsibilities card. And now we have the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles, this could be male or female energy. It doesn't matter. You'll know if this is an actual person in your life. You'll know. Or this could simply represent just the overall energy. So this king is dependable, responsible, willing to help others, has no problem taking on responsibilities, and this is a king that follows through on promises and commitments. And sometimes this can indicate, you know, that maybe people are leaning on you. Maybe people tend to bring their problems to you because they trust your advice and they know that you wouldn't give them bad advice. You know, they know they can count on you. Yeah. So that definitely makes a whole lot of sense, especially with responsibilities, you know, but these are burdensome responsibilities here. So even though you are quite capable of handling a whole lot right now, I still would say that you should be very careful of taking on too much, because, you know, this is going to be biting off more than you can chew in the long run. It's just too much. Okay, this was our circumstances card, the Two of Swords in the reverse position. We clarify, and now we have the Chariot. Now with the Chariot, this would definitely indicate that the decision is made and you are moving forward full steam ahead, and victory and success. The Chariot is about victory and success. And also, if you happen to have any enemies, the Chariot upright is a blessing here, because you will triumph over any enemies that you may have. Okay, this was our focus card, the Nine of Coins in the reverse position. We clarify, we get the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups, this could be about getting in touch with your feelings and your intuition. Here, you want to follow your heart's desire. You want to go with your gut feeling. For some of you, this could be indicating a new relationship is possible. But maybe you feel that this new relationship could potentially threaten your personal security. Or this could also indicate a friendship. Maybe you're concerned about maybe a potential business or money type deal with a friend. I'd be leery myself, to be honest with you. You know, because with the Nine of Coins, a lot of times, you know, we want to be generous. It's a card of generosity. But when it's reversed, it's definitely saying you need to hold on to your money, because the days ahead, you're probably going to need it yourself. And you don't want to put yourself in a bad position when you could have potentially been able to make it, you know, for longer, for, you know, a lot easier without struggling so much. So definitely something to be cautious of. Okay, this was our card of the recent past, or what is passing. It was the Eight of Wands in the reverse position. We clarify, and we now end up with the Three of Pentacles in the upright position. So this would indicate success when working as a team. This could also be an award or recognition. It's possible, but it would be like a team recognition. And this can also indicate learning new skills, or maybe even deciding to go learn a whole new set of skills. Maybe you desire to go do something that you've never done before. And this can also indicate that you might be laying or creating a new foundation for yourself. Okay, this was the card position of our present, the here and the now. We have the Moon in reverse. We now have the Emperor to clarify. So, the Emperor can be a father figure, or it could be an authority figure. Could be an older man. But the Emperor here would be saying you have the ability to create order out of conflict. You know, he is a leader. He's an authority. And you can create order out of chaos here. I'm pretty sure I mentioned disagreements, misunderstandings, conflicts with the Moon in reverse. Yes. Well, channel this Emperor, because if you can channel him, then you'll be able to create peace. And come on, let's keep it real. You guys got good reasoning ability, logic, you know, the whole scale thing, you know, let's weigh it. Pros and cons, you know. Okay, this was the card position of the near future. Here we had the Three of Coins in the reverse position. We clarify and we get the Princess of Cups in the reverse position. So this is definitely indicating that there's going to be some emotionally upsetting news. You know, this could be a breakup between lovers, or even between like long-time friends. Someone that you cared a lot about. This can be a very shocking event. Like it almost feels like it comes out of the blue. You may even be feeling like you were rejected. But overall, I mean, this is about feeling heartbroken. There's a deep wounding here. And sometimes, you know, this can be depression and despair. Maybe you even might feel like withdrawing for a while. Sometimes, you know, it can leave us feeling disillusioned. But I would like to caution you that being emotionally cold and vindictive is just not the way to handle the situation. We don't want to get any bad karma for that. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I totally understand this pain, and yeah, sometimes you just want to go back at them to make them hurt as bad as they hurt you. But there's a lot to be said for, you know, being the bigger person and just letting it roll off your back. Even though it hurts, you would do much better to just let it go, because karma always comes around. If they truly, truly did you wrong, oh, they'll get theirs. And there's no need for you to be vindictive. Let karma handle it, because trust me, karma is far more efficient than we are. All you gotta do is just trust and believe that it will happen. You know, sit back, and if you're lucky, you just might get to see it. Or you may hear about it. Okay, this card position was about your attitude. We had the 5 of coins in the reverse position. We clarified and we get the 9 of pentacles in the reverse position. So, yeah, we've definitely got 9 of pentacles in reverse twice now. So again, maybe you feel your personal security is threatened in some way. Maybe your personal independence feels threatened in some way. You definitely need to reevaluate your situation, maybe reevaluate and double check all the details of a job offer or an opportunity that may be presented to you. You want to make sure this is something that you would really truly want, because you have, I mean, the biggest focus here for me is you've got to follow your gut and go after what your heart truly desires. You don't want to be involved in something that your heart's not really in, because then you lack motivation and then you don't really care if it's done or not. You always want to be passionate about what you are doing. So maybe this job that's offered to you, it might help you to build up some coins, but it may not be something that you truly like or even want to do. So it's really up to you guys, you know, if you choose to have this particular job opportunity. Okay, this was the card position of how other people see us. We had the 6 of Wands in the reverse position, and it's clarified we get the 9 of Cups, which is our wish card. So, with the 9 of Cups here, combined with 6 of Wands in the reverse position, you know, your wish can come true if you don't allow the fear to get the upper hand. You must control your emotions. You must control your emotions. You want to achieve this victory that you've been working towards, you've got to control your emotions. I know I'm just repeating myself, but you know, it's a very common theme here. Okay, this was the hopes and the fears position. We had the 6 of coins, which was definitely a hope. And now we have the Hermit in reverse to clarify. So, the Hermit would definitely indicate that you're not listening to good advice and not listening to your inner voice. So this kind of seems like a hope and a fear all in one, which is definitely not uncommon. Okay, we had the final outcome, which was Strength in the reverse position, and we clarify now we get the 8 of Swords. So this just really nails it in. This right here, this is a self imposed mental prison, that you've created this mental prison from your fears. And then you have restrictions, which are also brought about by your fears. And a lot of times you're just simply unable to make a decision. You are just completely paralyzed by your fear. You see, she can actually come up out of these swords. She's not really tied to the sword there. It just looks like it. And she could easily walk right out of there. But it is her fear that is keeping her there. So we have 2 cards as the final outcome that are just really driving home fear, being in control. Oh, Libra, Libra, Libra. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys cannot let fear have the upper hand here. We cannot tolerate this. You guys do not have to be miserable. I understand that upsetting things come along. But you don't have to let fear get the better of you. And I want this reading to help empower you to take charge, so that when that fear starts creeping in, maybe you'll remember this reading and you take charge. You take control of your mind and your thoughts. Don't allow fear to control your actions, your behavior, your future. Don't let it paralyze you. You are not stuck, Libras. You are not stuck. You may feel like you're stuck, but that is fear that is making you think that you're stuck. You are not stuck. There is always a way out. Always. Bottom of our clarifying deck is 5 of Swords. Which actually, when I first started shuffling your cards, this card had fallen out at some point, and I don't know for how long it was sitting on the floor while I had been shuffling this particular deck. But I looked down and saw it on my floor just like this. So then I added it back to the deck, kept shuffling, and looky here, it pops right back out. So we know it absolutely means something. Most of the time when a card falls out, I'll keep it out and I'll bring it up in passing. But hey, it popped right back out, so this is very important significance here. So, okay, the 5 of Swords. First and foremost, this man here, he's spoiling for a fight. Look, he has taken these men's swords. He is just walking away like, screw you guys. Look at him. They're back here. They're losing their hope. And he's just like, who cares? I don't. Whew, okay. Now, this can indicate gossip, okay? This can go either way. You could be the object of gossip, or you could be the one doing the gossip. Alright, now, conflict is a biggie with this card. This can indicate a hostile environment. And us against them type of mentality. Maybe you're acting in your own self-interest. It can also indicate dishonor, cheats, lies, trickery, even crimes that are illegal, theft. You could be on the receiving end of this, or you could be the perpetrator. You know which one you are. And if you happen to be the perpetrator, these actions are going to come back and haunt you. Selfishness, choosing a battle, you're choosing to battle, excuse me. Achieving a dubious victory, maybe thinking that the ends justify the means, power plays, and sacrificing your integrity. Now, if you happen to be on the receiving end, if you're being abused, taken advantage of, well, then you must put your self-interest first. And you got to get free of this situation. But you just want to be careful that you don't hurt others purposely. Now, like I said, I really want to drive the fact home that this could be either you're on the receiving end or you're the perpetrator. Because I feel it's a little all over the place here for some of you. Some of you are your own worst enemy right now. Some of you who are just letting that fear take control, you are your own worst enemy. And then some of you are literally going through hell and being victimized. Hence all this fear. And maybe this person is putting the fear into you. Don't stay stuck in a situation like this. I'm telling you, it's no good. You can escape. You absolutely can. If there is a will, there is a way. Trust. Very soon. Heart-to-heart conversations. Ace of Earth. Six of Earth. Oh, that's good. Queen of Fire. Okay, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Now, this will be for some of you. Some of you may already be in a situation and it's calling for you to have faith. We clarify, we get the Ace of Earth. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contacts. Which I kind of got that vibe for a moment here with this card. The whole focus cards. Maybe some of you are potentially considering going into a business deal, or maybe even starting a business with someone that you're with, or someone that you would like to be with. Trust. But then this is a very promising card here. So I think for those of you who happen to get involved with a business venture with someone that you love, you need to be careful, but you also need to try to trust. But don't sacrifice your own personal security, okay? Only you can take care of you, okay? Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Well, this is very similar to what I was speaking of when I was saying if you're always thinking bad, that you can create the very situations that you fear to come to you. Well, it also works in the opposite way as well. If you're thinking good, positive thoughts, you could be sitting there daydreaming, thinking about, okay, this is what I would like in the perfect woman. This is what I would like in the perfect man for me. And if you're constantly thinking positive, reaffirming thoughts, you can attract someone with all of those characteristics that you want. The law of attraction. We clarify, we get the Six of Earth. Gifts of money, time, or effort. New career opportunities. A loan or paying off debts. That sounds delightful. I need a little Six of Earth in my life. Okay, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. We clarify, we get the Queen of Fire. Confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and your creativity. So maybe you should assert yourself and have this heart-to-heart conversation with someone that you love. Okay, wow, it's been hardcore here. Between you and Leo, you guys are really doing me in energy-wise. It's not your fault, don't worry. But my heart really goes out to you guys. And please, please, please don't let fear control you, okay? Like I said, the moment that you see fear controlling you, you remember what I said. You have the power to turn it all around. You can change your thoughts. You have the inner strength to be able to say, hey, I'm not going to let things be like this. I'm not going to think like this. And I'm not going to be like this. I'm taking my own power back. You guys have a tremendous amount of inner strength. And I want you to follow your gut and don't let fear control you. Okay? I will talk to you guys next month. Until then, I love you guys. And I will talk at you soon. Blessings of healing, prosperity, and love. Bye-bye.